This has become a common sight all over northeast Ohio. White-tailed deer grazing in the open, unafraid of cars or human beings. As the deer population has grown, the deer have expanded their feeding zones to include public areas, neighborhoods, and city streets. Because of this overpopulation, the deer's natural food source has been depleted, and this changes the entire ecosystem. A short walk on the Zimmerman Trail at the Menor Marsh tells the story.
There should be, dozens of different plants through here, and when we look at this forest floor, we see barberry, which the deer don't eat, or spice bush, which the deer prefer not to eat. But by removing all of those other things, it just keeps that biodiversity down, and it's a huge problem in the future. Will we have some of these plants and animals around because the deer have eaten and changed this ecosystem so much? We don't really know what the future is going to hold.
The Cleveland Museum of Natural History has constructed 4 deer exclosures, fenced-in areas that keep deer out. These areas help educate people about the loss of biodiversity and the negative effects of deer overpopulation. Michael Rowan is a biology professor at Cuyahoga Community College and serves on the Menor Marsh Board of Management.
I've been a mentor resident most of my life, and I have witnessed the deer population increase exponentially. It was quite rare when I saw deer as a child, and see them all the time now. They're almost as common as squirrels. And when you get out to a forest like this and you look at the deer exclosures, it's pretty amazing to see what kind of damage the deer have done.
Looking inside the protected area, you can see all the plants that should be found in abundance all over.
So this is pretty typical of what would be blooming in the understory. And most of these plants are spring ephemerals. It means they bloom in the springtime before too much canopy from the leaves in the forest block the sunlight from the forest floor. So we have trillium, which is it's large flowering trillium. It's the white trillium, our state flower. There's also wake robin or red trillium blooming in here. There's Solomon seal, some of the other things, Jack in the pulpit. There's a bunch of seedlings from trees that are growing here and young saplings. Young trees, we don't see these growing out here on the outside of the deer exclosure.
Elimination of seedlings and saplings not only depletes the habitat and food source for forest birds and animals, but it threatens the existence of the forest itself.
With the effects of the deer browsing on our forests here, with very little tree saplings actually growing, who knows what these forests will look like in 20, 50, 100 years.
What the deer are doing is they're eating anything and everything.
Earlier this year, Menor City Council held a series of public meetings to discuss ways to address the city's deer population. A management plan that includes public education, a traffic safety program, data collection, and herd reduction are currently under review.
It's everybody's problem. The biodiversity in our area brings wildlife here. When we don't have the right combination of plants in the plant communities in our forest floors, when we don't have any understory in our forests, it takes away food and habitat for not only animals that migrate through here, but animals who stay here year-round.
This is what forest diversity looks like. This is why it matters. And then start to have that educated dialogue about deer numbers, and really, management needs to happen to keep biodiversity of our forests.
Take a hike on the Zimmerman Trail and see the noticeable difference for yourself. Enter at the trailhead in Morton Park and walk for about 15 minutes. The deer exclosure is located to the left of the trail.
As a member of the Menor Marsh Board of Management, certainly one of our missions is to raise public awareness. Obviously get people interested in the outdoors and interested in our natural areas, and I think it's really important for people to see the damage that an overgrown deer population can do.